Lows in the mid-50s for the overnight tonight. Sunny Sunday tomorrow. Highs in the lower 70s. Partly cloudy tomorrow night. Lows in the lower 50s for Sunday. Hope your Saturday night is all right. Just starting out. Stay tuned for the Jazz Impulse right after this.
Hey, it's Sean from the Afternoon Cruise. I hope you're enjoying the weekend, and I hope you can join us for the Afternoon Cruise on Monday. We set sail at 3, and during the 4 p.m. hour, I'll be sharing a conversation with Twin Cities Jazz Festival headliner Joe Lovano. It's all going down on the Afternoon Cruise. We're getting started at 3 on Monday.
88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Jazz88.FM, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
All 7 and we'll watch them fall. They stand in the way of love and we will smoke them all with an intellect and a savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe will ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day all 7 will die. All 7 and we'll watch them fall. They stand in the way of love and we will smoke them all with an intellect and a savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe will ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day all 7 will die. And I saw an angel come down unto me. In her hand she holds the very key. Words of compassion, words of peace. And in the distance, an army's marching feet. But behold, we will watch them fall. And we lay down on the sand of the sea, and before us animosity will stand at decree that we speak not of love, only blasphemy. In the distance, 6 others will curse me, but that's alright, for I will watch them fall. All 7 and we'll watch them fall. They stand in the way of love and we will smoke them all with an intellect and a savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe will ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day all 7 will die. And we will see a plague and a river of blood, and every evil soul surely die in spite of their 7 tears. But do not fear, for in the distance, 12 souls from now, you and me will still be here. We will still be here. There will be a new city with the streets of gold. Young, so educated, they never grow old. And there will be no death, for with every breath, a voice of many colors sings a song that's so old.
It's Jazz88, the Jazz Impulse, and starting off with 7, Prince. Started at 7 o'clock. Get it? That really is one of my favorite Prince songs, though. Definitely in the top 7, I think. Going to 1992, that would be like the last album he would perform as, or present himself as Prince, with the New Power Generation. And the album was the Love Symbol, which after that he would eventually take on as his name. And everything got really confusing for a while. But that record is just incredible. The Love Symbol from 1992, the fall of that year, kind of like really set the tone for the 90s and Prince's music. And my name is Danny Sigelman. You are listening to the Jazz Impulse from 7 to 10 every Saturday, the soundtrack to your Saturday. And I thought it'd be really fun to honor Prince and his music. I'm a huge fan. And it's been going on all week. There's been all sorts of events, and we always kind of love and cherish and are very proud of the fact Prince came from good old Minneapolis here, the purple town. I even saw a lot of buildings colored purple last night. So very cool. I'm glad everybody's on board and celebrating the music and the life and the body of work that he left behind. And we are going to do that all mostly throughout the night. I was going to have our friend Andrea Swenson came on the Jazz Impulse a couple months ago. Very cool friend, really great friend of mine, and a very talented writer, DJ, podcast host of the Prince podcast, and just recently released her latest book called Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years. So we wanted to celebrate that and talk about that a little bit. But alas, she has she's gotten the bug. The whole family got the bug. She's been traveling a lot to promote the book around the country, and we wanted to talk about that. But I think she caught something. I catch something every time I'm on a plane these days. So I think that's sometimes how it goes. We'll get Andrea back in here eventually. I know she's got another book coming out in August. So in the meantime, we are going to try to get her on the phone at some point and get a little update, see how things are going with her, because it's a very cool book. She is probably the preeminent Prince scholar from the more recent times, and writing about him extensively. And so we're going to talk to her very soon. In the meantime, a new track from Prince dropped very recently. I think this was last week, and I'm trying to find out. This is from 2004, and it was an unreleased cover tune. Whose song was this? I got a lot going on here, folks. This was it wasn't a cover, but it was co-written with Nick Acosta. She maybe recorded it at some point, but this is Prince's version. Silver Tongue is the name of this. Some new music, new to us. It's here on the Jazz Impulse.
Love me while you watch the time. If I falter or lose my rhyme, you will drop me like a useless dime, 'cause you ain't no friend of mine, no. Steered me wrong and dropped me off from a swan's dive to a belly flop. Shallow waters that flood your heart will forever keep us apart. You never cease to amaze me, though sometimes I
just don't understand the chances you took to play your hands, but you never took my love when it was here. Whoa. My heart's been through it 1,000 times, like a faded fruit upon the vine. Shiny promise that fades with time, but the seeds are sown and the hope defined. Oh, such a sad way to lose someone, to live by better said than better done. Song and dance that hide your gun from those who buy the silver from your tongue. You never cease to amaze me. Sometimes I don't understand. Song and dance that hide your gun from those who buy the silver from your tongue. Oh, would you love me while you watch the time? Look at me, tell me what you see. The back and forth of an earthquake or a strong and sturdy tree. I ask myself this question, but still a mystery. How I'm gonna keep my balance when I look at you. How can you not know? Standing over there like a Nefertiti or the Queen Dido. Please don't think too ill of me. It's all that I can do not to feel myself when I look at you. Modesty aside, whoever made you should be praised. Ain't no need to hide, every glass should be raised. Brandy or martini, kudos overdue. What else is there really when I look at you? Fight it, yes, my soul has tried. When you look at me, all of the women just roll their eyes. But even Rachel's can see Stevie Wonder can too. Thoughts well up in wonder, thinking about me and you. Doesn't that doesn't fantasy. Call me one and done when you look at me. Get me.
Feeling the pulse of the Twin Cities.
Whether it's disco skates or paperweights.
The Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
Ooh. Funky. Heard about the party now, just east of Harlem. Dougie gon' be there, but you got to call him. Even the soldiers need a break sometime. Listen to the groove, y'all. Let it unwind your mind. No intoxication, unless you see what I see. Dancing hot and sweaty, right in front of me. Oh, call it what you like. I'ma call it high beat. This is just another one of God's gift musicology. Got to keep the party moving, like I told you. Keep the old school joint for the true funk soldiers. Musicology. Yeah. Wait a minute, band. Wish I had $1 for every time you say. Don't you miss the feeling music gave you back in the day? Let's groove September. Earth, wind, and fire. Hot pants by James. Slides don't take you higher. Minor keys and drums to make a roller skate jam. Take your pick, turntable or a band. Lord, if it ain't Chuck D, Jam Master, you know what? They losing. Cause we got a PhD in advanced body movement. Keep the body moving, just like I told you. Keep the old school joint for the true funk soldiers. Musicology. Alright. Hold it down, band. Get back. Move, get back. Don't you touch my stereo. These are my records. Don't touch. Don't touch. These are my records. Musicology. Everybody get out! Upstream, old school joint for the true funk soldiers. Good going. Keep the body moving. Keep the body. Keep. Don't stop dancing. Keep the body moving. Drummer man, right on the bed, all the way to the crib. Body move, just like I told you. That's what I'm talking about. Get the old school joints, for the true funk soldiers. Musicology, for the true funk soldiers. Good dog. All right, on the one, y'all. Don't you hear this old school joint?
I hear
Don't
it.
you ever touch my stereo?
Yeah, Prince always liked to throw little skits in between some of the songs like that. That was always cool. Are people still doing that? People making the hits, putting in the skits? Musicology 2004, that was a huge record for him and a big tour that year. There's all sorts of great footage from that era. It's such a cool record and really showing off kind of his influences, that the musical history that Prince brought within his own music as well. But there's always big like sections and medleys of other people's songs that the band would kind of dive into, almost like a Prince would be working the band like a jukebox. So cool. We heard Look at Me, Look at You, the letter U, of course. That is from Prince's last studio record that was released 2015, the year Hit and Run Phase 2 came out. There was the first Hit and Run with Third Eye Girl, I believe, and Phase 2 as well. So much music coming out of him right up until the end, and started the set off with another very new unreleased track from 2004 from the Musicology era that was called Silver Tongue, a song seems to have been co-written or was a cover of a Nick Acosta song, who Prince was likely a fan of. So there you go. This is the Jazz Impulse. Danny Sigelman, your host here tonight. We're doing this every Saturday, 7 to 10, and I thought we'd really dive deep into the purple world here and celebrate the music, but also honor the life and just the gift of Prince's music. And we're going to touch on some of the other projects that he got involved in. And I think there's a lot of artists from that era that he was a very big influence on as well. We'll kind of dive into some of that as we go along here. Our friend Andrea Swenson was going to join us tonight. She's got a cool new book out. You're going to want to check it out. It's called Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years. And Andrea's been covering Prince for quite a while, and somewhat I call her a scholar of Prince, and it's just really fun to have her here. We had her here during the pledge drive, and unfortunately she's not feeling well tonight. She's got a big event coming up on Wednesday at the Electric Fetus, a book signing, and she'll be talking more about the book then, so you can check that out for sure, and hopefully she gets well by then too. So a lot going on. I hope your Saturday night is just flying by here and we're having a great time with this music. We're going to get back into it. This is going back to Prince's second studio album. 1979 was the year he released his self-titled. I always thought it was really interesting he didn't release his first record as a self-titled record, but that was called For You. A year later, the self-titled Prince record came out, and I think that's really when the hits started rolling. This is called It's Gonna Be Lonely. It's here on Jazz 88, the Jazz Impulse.
that you never knew that in my dreams you are the star. The only bummer is that you always want to leave. Who do you think you are? Don't you know it's gonna be lonely? Without you.
Let's move safely together, Minnesota. If you're behind the wheel, slow down and watch for people walking, day or night, and stop for people crossing the road. When you're out walking, be alert and look for vehicles in all directions before crossing the road. If you can, cross in a well-lit area. When we work together, everyone gets home safely. This message brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Transportation, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
The Lake Hammond Legacy Project and Jazz88 present the Jazz Image Minnesota edition. We'll revisit historical interviews and music with important Minnesota-based jazz musicians of yesterday and today. The Jazz Image Minnesota edition, made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Weekdays at 6:25 a.m. and 1:25 p.m. on Jazz88.
He's working the heads, working the feet. I hope you're working tonight. If you are working, bless you, number one. But, I like to say service people to the front. I think we're going to open the request lines. I am having some trouble with the phones, but 612-529-5236. Maybe that'll get them going. And we are celebrating the life and music of Prince here tonight. The Jazz Impulse with you. And a nice extended dance mix. Man, Prince was all about the extended dance mixes. And Let's Work from 1981 and the Controversy record, 81. This 3-year span of Prince's career, he put out 3 amazing records. Dirty Mind before that, 1980 for that one. That was the title track from that record. And the self-titled Prince record came out in 79. Right there, man. It's Gonna Be Lonely was the name of the song we heard to start that set off. Kind of a nice little extended jam there for you. It's going to be like that all night. We're celebrating the music of Prince, and who would have been 66 this year, and all the history and music, and it can go. We could have a full on whole night of this, and we're going to do a lot of that. So thank you for tuning in. I want to mention again, we've been kind of hyping that my friend Andrea Swenson was going to be here. Unfortunately, she's a little under the weather. She's got a big event happening Wednesday at the Electric Fetus. So we want to make sure she's well before then, and signing copies of her and probably reading some of her new book, Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years. As we celebrate that anniversary this year, we'll be getting into the Purple Rain era, people. Don't you worry. It's going to get like that. But I'm kind of bouncing all over the place in Prince's career because I think every era, man, especially toward the end, his musicianship was just incredible. But every era has some gems and some hidden gems, and there's just so much music. Happy to bring it to you here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. Going back to Emancipation, this is one of my favorites from that record. We Gets Up. It's on the Jazz Impulse.
Ain't no need to trip. We're the one that's serving up the championship.
Serve it up, Frankie.
Precisely what I intended to do, honey. Oh, girl, where'd you get those shoes? Marie, what can I serve you?
Squirrel meat.
Cap, what's happening, babe?
Honey, it's not that type of party.
What you mean?
Honey, you see these pumps?
I want you to meet some friends of mine. No, you'll like them. They're musicians.
Two kids united for West Compton. for West Compton.
Okay. Man, that is just a workout. Really one of my favorite tracks of more like jazz than almost anything. Well, there's a lot of jazz in Prince's catalog, but that record, I think he's improvising all with himself on the drum machine, tons of bass all over the place on that one. And with an unfortunate title, but that was originally recorded in 1987 for the Black Album, which wouldn't officially be released until 1994, but was heavily bootlegged and kind of all over the place, has a bit of a lore of its own. And the kind of instrumental track that he put together on there is definitely some sort of cultural commentary going on from that era. And I think some of the maybe issues Prince had with gangster rap. That's my hypothesis. Before that, Prince did We Gets Up. That comes from the Emancipation record here on Jazz 88. The Jazz Impulse, Danny Sigelman with you here. We're going to go into the second hour in a bit here, kind of expand a little bit on some of the music Prince made and even some music he influenced at the same time throughout his career. Twin Cities road closures. East Metro 36 is reduced to one lane in both directions between Stillwater Boulevard North and the Wisconsin state line. And that will be kicking in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. till Monday morning. In Maplewood, St. Paul, Minnesota Highway 36 will be reduced to one lane in both directions between White Bear Avenue and Century Avenue for construction. If you're in and around that area, starting at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, that'll be going through Tuesday morning. Twin Cities weather, expect some lows in the mid-50s tonight. Highs for Sunday in the lower 70s and 50s for Sunday night. Currently 76 degrees. It is just a beautiful day here in the Twin Cities, and we're having a great time here on the Jazz Impulse. We're going to get back to it. And more music right after this.
The Jazz 88 Business Circle is a community of businesses and organizations who support our mission of jazz and education while expanding their reach with our devoted listeners. Members include the Capri Theater, RLC Jazz, Theater in the Round, the Women's Club of Minneapolis, and the Walker Art Center. Find more information about our Business Circle members and how to join at jazz88.fm. It's the Jazz 88 live music calendar for Saturday, 5:30. Tim Sparks with the legendary Jay Epstein on drums, Ice House, Minneapolis. 7 o'clock, the music of Carole King and James Taylor, Park Square Theater, St. Paul. 7:30, the Scotty Reed Band, Wicked Wort Brewing Company, Robbinsdale. And 9:30, Dan Israel, Volsteads, Minneapolis. Find more on the live music calendar at jazz88.fm.
Tune in to the Jazz Impulse tonight as we're excited to welcome back Andrea Swenson, author of Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years. We'll be celebrating the life of Prince and his music on the Jazz Impulse tonight, 7 to 10 p.m. on Jazz 88.
88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Jazz88.fm, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
Hot thing, Billy 21. Hot thing, looking for big fun. Hot thing, what's your fantasy? Hot thing, do you wanna play with me? Hot thing, baby, you dance so good. Hot thing, baby, I knew you would. When you smile, when you smile, how you smiles for me. ball. Hot thing, telling you coming home late if you're coming home at all. Hot thing, telling you found a brand new baby doll. Hot thing, I can't wait to get you home. Hot thing, where we can be alone. Hot thing, I could read you poetry and then we could make a story of our own.
It was 7:45, we were all in line to greet the teacher, Miss Kathleen. First was Kevin, then came Lucy, third in line was me. All of us were ordinary compared to Cynthia Rose. She always stood at the back of the line, a smile beneath her nose. Her favorite number was 20, and every single day. If you asked her what she had for breakfast, this is what she'd say. Starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam, butterscotch clouds and a tangerine, a side on a ham. If you set your mind free, baby, maybe you understand. Starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam. Cynthia wore the prettiest dress with different color socks. Sometimes I wonder if the mates were in her lunchbox. Me and Lucy opened it when Cynthia won around. Lucy cried,
butterscotch clouds, tangerine, and a side order of ham. If you set your mind free, baby, maybe you'd understand. Starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam. Oh. Cynthia had a happy face, just like the one she draws on every wall, in every school. But it's alright, it's for a worthy cause. Gone, sit. I keep saying starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam, butterscotch clouds, tangerine, and side order of ham. If you set your mind free, baby, maybe you understand. Starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam. Oh.
Feeling the pulse of the Twin Cities.
Whether it's disco skates or paperweights,
The Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
Black day, stormy night. No love, no hope in sight. Don't cry, he is coming. Don't die without knowing the cross. Ghettos to the left of us, flowers to the right. There'll be bread for all of us if we can just bear the cross. Sweet song of salvation,
Jazz 88 and the music of Prince tonight. Getting real purple around here. And there we go. I knew that was coming. The Cross. We just did a whole suite of songs from The Sign of the Times. You know, that time, there was a period of time I was working in record stores. People always ask, what do you start with Prince? I thought that record was always a really good primer because he definitely goes all over the place musically, stylistically, genre-wise, playing different characters. And The Cross, kind of the religious moment on that record. Starfish and Coffee, we heard that in there, and started the set off with Hot Thing. A little less religious of a song. And that's from 1987, Sign of the Times, the album, the concert movie, really at the pinnacle of his career at that point in 87. And we talked earlier about the early 80s and that period from 79 to 81. He was just as prolific in all throughout the 80s. And we had a series of really great records starting in 86 with Parade, Sign of the Times, and then Love Sexy followed. So not to mention the Black Album slipped in there at some point too. So all over the place here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. Danny Sigelman, your host here. And I have my friend Andrea. Are you there?
Hello,
hey.
I'm here.
Yeah, we finally got Andrea on here. So thanks so much for calling in tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm doing better today, thankfully. I
Yeah.
just caught a little, airplane bug or something.
I was going to say, every time I travel of late, I don't know if it's an age thing, but I end up picking up something. So, I'm going to just wear a hazmat suit next time I fly. But yeah, we are happy to have you here, and I've been really excited to do the show this week because how do you approach it? Knowing that Prince didn't actually celebrate his birthday, yet there's this event called Celebration. What are we doing here? I mean, I kind of think of it as honoring him as a person, but his spirit, but also the music, I think, is worth celebrating. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. He was a Gemini, so he would often say very contradictory things. He didn't celebrate his birthday, but even after he converted to Jehovah's Witness, he hosted celebrations at Paisley Park over his birthday.
Yeah.
That's where the name, for the celebration event comes from, is the ones that he actually did in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always have parties on his birthday. When he did celebrate his birthday in the 80s, he had some legendary birthday parties, including one at First Avenue in 1984 that I hope someday we're going to get to, hear and see, because I've heard that is just an incredible recording. So, I think that day always remained important to him, even as his spirituality evolved over the years. And I think it's totally justified to celebrate him on this day. And I do think it feels more uplifting and lighthearted to really do a lot of Prince celebrations around June rather than, on the anniversary of when we lost him in April, because that's such a heavy time for Prince fans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, his born day is how I think of it. But, I don't feel so bad then, I mean, it goes back to what he would be wanting, I think. And I think he would love the fact that his music is so celebrated this time of year. And it's kind of the beginning of summer and just really a lot of great energy in the purple world.
Absolutely.
So Andrea, you caught a bug, but you've been roaming around the country promoting your book, Prince and Purple Rain, 40 years. I got my copy. How has it been received? How has it been going with you, aside from getting sick?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's been amazing, really. I mean, I've had the opportunity to go to LA so far, and then Washington DC, and at both places there were Prince events that I had the book and was able to share my stories about Prince and meeting him and covering him, and it's just so cool to meet other Prince fans outside of Minneapolis and really feel that love and all of the impact that he had on people all over the place. And I was meeting people in both places that have been listening to him since 1978. These are lifelong Prince fans that have huge, memories and nostalgia about his early career and Purple Rain in particular. And it's just been such like a love fest for him that's been really, really cool to see.
Yeah, and in the book, I mean, it's beautiful. Number one, congratulations.
Aw,
And
thank you.
yeah, we had you here a couple months ago, and I said, we got to have you come back for the when the Prince book comes out. And how have people? What are some of the responses? Is there some like really surprising stories that are in the book that are kind of not as known to people, or some conversations that have kind of been sparked from it, or anything like that on your travels?
Yeah. I think it's a good reminder for people outside of Minnesota just how Minneapolis forward this period was for Prince. He really chose to include First Avenue as almost a character in the film and really centering the city and putting the city on the map. And it's been really cool to hear people describe their reactions to that from being outside of Minnesota, and all of a sudden, Minneapolis looked like the coolest place on earth. And it's really fun to hear those kind of recollections. But the biggest response I've been getting from people is that it's such a visual book. There's over 250 images in the book, and it's photographs, but also memorabilia from the period, advertisements, flyers, ticket stubs. And people are really connecting with that because I think it just brings the whole experience to life, and it brings back so many memories for people. So it's been so fun to just see people paging through it and having these, reactions to it that are so positive, and you can see them kind of time traveling a little bit as they look at it.
Yeah, and I think the way that maybe people have an impression of like Liverpool based on their knowledge of the Beatles, I imagine the same kind of phenomena happens as people know Minneapolis from Prince and in the film and the legacy and all that. He definitely represented Minneapolis very well. And I noticed there was some purple in the skyline last night. I think somebody got the memo. So yeah, so cool. Congratulations on the book. And so we're gonna maybe talk some Purple Rain here. Any stories about the movie or the production? What I really love about Purple Rain is kind of I feel it was the penultimate vision and creation Prince had in that time of his life. He really was hitting on all cylinders and was able to kind of execute this idea, this concept of him as he kind of started creating, I say it all the time, he created his own mythology, and I think it really was fleshed out in this film.
Oh, totally. I completely agree. And I think the really, thing that people seem to love hearing about and that I've loved reflecting on is that, all of these really iconic recordings from the album, Purple Rain, and, I Would Die for You and Baby, I'm a Star. Those are all live recordings that were captured at First Avenue. I talked to David Z, Bobby Z's brother, who's a longtime producer and had produced all kinds of artists. He was literally sitting in a truck outside First Avenue in August of 1983 when they played their big benefit show for the Minnesota Dance Theater. And it's those recordings that we're actually still hearing today of those songs. And it's just so incredible to think about. It was the first time that they'd played a lot of those songs. It was Wendy Melvoin's first show. She was only 19 years old at the time. Yeah. And she's the one playing those, opening chords of Purple Rain. And it's her first time ever doing that. it really captured something so special about Prince's creativity, that he really valued that first impulse, that first, attempt at doing something, that those are the recordings that ended up, making it into the film and onto the album. Yeah.
And I've often thought that Prince in a lot of ways, he treated the band like an instrument itself. I mean, you see a lot of footage from that era. He's directing the band at the drop of a dime. I mean, like everybody's laser focused on him, and he really kind of works the band like its own instrument. And this was kind of maybe one of the first times he had an actual band on his record. He was no longer, making everything in the studio like he'd done. I guess there might have been some tracks. Was there any tracks on 1999 with a band, or would this have been kind of the first time a band was actually on a Prince record?
Yeah, this was the first. Yeah, because there were definitely tracks where, someone might have come in and done a background vocal or keyboard part or something, but these are the first recordings where it's a full group with Prince performing live, which is, I think it's so significant. You know, it's
Totally.
Prince and the Revolution. Like he had never co-credited his band before. So he definitely was kind of uplifting them as their own entity and also using them as kind of like his, you know, foil and backing and, you know, support and someone that, you know, this like kind of character or collection of characters that really, you know, helped him flesh out his vision.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. He kind of plays the band like its own instrument in a way. Like you're hearing and seeing the band, but it's definitely him. You know, even though you see all these people on stage, the sound wouldn't be happening without him and his direction. Well, that's so cool. And Andrea, you have a big event on Wednesday. I hope you feel better by then. I recommend.
I think I will.
You think you will? It sounded like
I already feel better today, so I think I'm going to live.
Yeah, it's going around the family a little bit, maybe. I recommend Tom Yum soup. That is always kind of my cure-all. But we are excited for you and your book release on Wednesday at the Electric Fetus. What's the time for that?
It's at 6:30, and they're doing you get a ticket when you buy the book. So if you stop by beforehand and pick up the book, that's how you get into the event.
Oh, okay.
And I think you can also pre-order it online if you don't want to make 2 trips.
Sure.
And then I'll be there to sign it when you get there.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. And I think everybody's excited for you in this book. And another book that's coming out in August. Ooh, you fancy.
I know.
It's very cool. No, this is great. That's the Cornbread Harris book. What was the name of that one?
Yeah, Deeper Blues. It's a summer of books for me, for sure. I've been incubating for a few years and working on these projects.
And that's how it's done.
It's just, it's been such a honor and total blast to work with Cornbread on his book and, hear his life story and to witness his reconnection with his son, Jimmy Jam, and be part of their, reconciliation. And that's just been like such a beautiful thing to watch and to really learn about his history. Cause it's incredible to think about a single person performing for so many decades. He's been actively performing in Minnesota since World War II. I mean, who else can you say that about at this point? It's really remarkable.
Yeah, I try to catch the Church of Cornbread when I can. It's a good bike ride over there from my house at Palmer's every Sunday. So he's still at it. So one, is there any crossover aside from Jimmy Jam? Does Cornbread have any Prince stories?
Yes. Well, so there's one really good Prince story that I actually kind of teared up when Jimmy told me about it. But the first time that Jimmy Jam and Prince met was in 10th grade at Bryant, or maybe it was earlier than that, actually, 8th grade, maybe at Bryant Junior High. And they were in the keyboard room where they used to take keyboard classes at school. And Jimmy sat down next to Prince and started playing a blues lick that he'd learned from his dad, from Cornbread. And Prince played it back and kind of added a little bit, and they went back and forth and, without saying any words, were speaking to each other musically. And I was so moved when he told me that, because it's not only Jimmy speaking with Cornbread's voice, but it's also Prince speaking with his father's voice, John L. Nelson, who performed as Prince Roger.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Andrea? Hello? I think we lost her. You there? Not hearing her. Anyway, well, that was a great story. Okay, we'll work on that and maybe try to get Andrea back. But let's get into some more Prince music here. This is his, let's try, Andrea, hello? Okay, it's Sex Shooter here on the Jazz Impulse.
I need
This is the Jazz Impulse, and celebrating the music, the life of Prince. Sex Shooter, that was like a demo version of Sex Shooter. Later would be performed on Apollonia's record, one of his proteges. I have a version of Vanity singing that song. That's pretty cool. Have you heard that one, Andrea?
I have, yeah.
Of course. I thought I could stump you. But we're talking. Sorry, we lost you there a little bit. We were getting really excited about Prince. And I think he just blew up the board here. But Andrea Swenson is our guest today. She was going to join us in the studio, but we're happy to have her on the phone tonight, and hoping you feel better. And we've been talking about your book, Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years. There was a story about Cornbread Harris meeting. Had they met Prince at that point?
Yeah, I was talking about Jimmy Jam, Cornbread's son, and Prince meeting at school. And so their first meeting was in this keyboard room, and they were playing piano back and forth. And I just thought that was such a great story because it's, their fathers speaking through them. Prince's father also was a renowned local jazz player, John L. Nelson, who performed as Prince Rogers. And I just thought it was so cool to know that, Cornbread has been around for so long and had all these kind of hidden influences on the next generation of musicians who went on to become world famous. And that was a huge part of why I wanted to get to know his story, because I knew that he played that role and that there would be moments like that where you could really directly trace it to the Minneapolis sound.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. And the fact you kind of fleshed that story out, I don't know if it would have been told otherwise.
Right.
Is that part of the book?
That came, it is in the book. And it came like in, hour 4 of interviewing Jimmy about his childhood. So I don't know if he had told that story before. So it's really, really special to hear those memories. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all the work you do fleshing this stuff out. I mean, we're talking about two Minneapolis, Twin Cities Minnesota music legends, and you're covering them both this year in these two wonderful books. And you got a promise to come on the show when the Cornbread book comes out. Maybe you can bring him in here. That would be cool.
Oh my gosh, he would love that.
Yeah.
He would absolutely love that. And he would have to bring a keyboard and play for you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I have a great time seeing him over at Palmer's. So that we are just blessed with so much musical talent in the Twin Cities here, and legendary performers like Cornbread Harris and Prince. Thank you, Andrea. And so that kind of ties in nice with this next song. We were going to play Computer Blue, the hallway speech version. Now, what's going on with this one? This is like an outtake, I think, from Purple Rain, yeah?
Yes, this didn't get released until after Prince passed away. And the hallway speech version is actually just like a fan name for it.
Yeah.
It's been, a bootleg for a long time. But this is an extended version of Computer Blue that includes some other music that you hear kind of in background moments in the film.
Yeah.
And then there's this really interesting breakdown you'll hear in the song where he's kind of adopting this character, and I think he is the computer. That's my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, the poor lonely computer who can't, connect with anyone and who's all heartbroken. And of course, Wendy and Lisa are prominently featured too, but it also features a melody that was written by Prince's father.
Right.
John L. Nelson. And in the movie, the character who plays Prince's dad actually plays it on the piano, and it's called Father's Song. But you can hear that melody in this extended version of Computer Blue, too. So it's kind of a cool, just like full circle moment.
It took me, I didn't notice that at first, and I always wondered why that song changes so drastically kind of in that moment. It's not... I guess it's pretty characteristic of Prince to take a left turn in a song, but it really kind of shifts into something kind of more classically inspired, and that's that scene that his dad is playing at the piano. So they kind of bust into a rock version of that. I feel like Computer Blue is Computer Blue kind of about like dating, people would go on the computer. It's almost like presages like the concept of dating apps, like by 30, 40 years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Tinder, but like 3 decades earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think it is this Prince putting himself into the mindset of like a computerized robot. And what if a computer was like heartbroken? What would that sound like?
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of it. But I like your theory about it.
I don't know. Very cool. Well, yeah, let's play this. We're going to go into this. And thank you again so much, Andrea. I hope you feel better. We'll see you Wednesday night at the Electric Fetus.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Danny. I always appreciate you.
Yeah, you bet. I appreciate you too. Enjoy the rest of your weekend here. It's Prince, Computer Blue on the Jazz Impulse.
Wendy? Yes, Lisa. Is the water warm enough? Yes, Lisa. Shall we begin? Yes, Lisa.
Well,
It's time someone programmed you. It's time you learned love and lust. They both have 4 letters, but they're entirely different words. Poor lonely computer. Poor lonely computer. Do you really know what love is?
He didn't like coming home alone, for the house where he lived had many hallways. It was a long walk to his bedroom, because to him, each hallway represented an emotion, everyone vastly different from the next. One day while she was with him, he decided to name each one as he passed through them. She was at his side, one hand on his thigh. No, wait. She was sort of half a step behind him. Yeah. The grip on his thigh intensified as they walked slowly through the corridor. He named the hallway Lust. And as they passed to the next one, he named it Fear. Her grip, she now loosened it, so he walked faster. Her hands now trembling, she let drop to her side as he wrote the word Insecurity. He looked in her eyes and smiled a demon smile and quickly walked on to the next. Corridor after corridor, he had named almost all when suddenly he stopped. He painted the word hate. She was gone. So he painted the last.
Mango Jam of Minneapolis is still dedicated to its original sound. Mango Jam is a Twin Cities band that formed in 1989 and has played in 46 states. Throw in a good deal of recording as well. Because of family obligations, Mango Jam doesn't play nearly as much as it once did, but Mango Jam still packs in people, still plays great, and to the band, the music still seems fresh. Jason Bush and John Herchert got together with Phil Nussbaum to talk about Mango Jam then and now.
Multicolored bands of masters spiral through the trees. Gestures of the wind, blissful harmonies.
We were practicing in an old White Castle studio downtown. It was converted into a studio, trying to get things together.
Jason Bush of Mango Jam talking about the early days of the group and getting it together in 1989.
And the drummer, Brett Erickson, had said that, hey, I got this guy that I know, John Herchert, that plays guitar, and maybe he can come down and play. And so when he came and played, it really worked. And so we had been trying to get this band together, and we were struggling a little bit because we were looking for that piece, and John came in, and it was like the greatest thing that happened. He sings and he plays really well. He's very melodic, but he can also, he's very versatile. And our band was very eclectic, and he helped to bring focus, and also is just he's an exciting entertainer. I'm also a singer, and we were harmonizing well together, and so it's like we naturally kind of fell into place, and there was a chemistry, and it was fun.
I'm walking all alone at night with my shadow from the moon, whistling a melody of some familiar tune. The crickets all joined in, and by the lake I heard a loon. Morning came to my surprise, the sun came up so soon.
We're speaking with John and Jason from Mango Jam, a group that started in 1989 and still plays. John, when did the group realize that there really might be something there?
We were playing every Wednesday at the 400 Bar on the West Bank of Minneapolis, and we were selling the place out every week, and we were bringing new material in kind of every week. We were practicing, and Jason brought in a song called Eyes of the Children, and it had this almost kind of African tribal thing to it, and it just felt, you could feel the energy of that song and people really moving to it, and the message of the song about, seeing through the eyes of a child again as an adult.
We saw the potential of having a vision, something that we stood for as well in that, and all of the players were able to express themselves, and it took off, just like John said.
In the evening, when the business is gone, I lie awake in my bed, a dream away from dawn. As my eyes search the sky, my soul
We're speaking with Jason and John from Mango Jam, and this is a band that played a lot from its inception in 1989, but in recent years plays less because everybody is involved with families, but they still get together and play. And you think the band has aged well. It's better than ever.
Since having kids and kind of not playing as much together, but we've all had our own projects, and we've played with tons of people and rehearsed and practiced a lot. And it's easy to come freshly to the space in a new mindset and really simplify and pare out things that you thought weren't working and nobody feels any way about it. It's just, let's make this good.
So you're still working on the songs?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we get together and it feels fresh to us because we have kind of fresh ears. It's not like we've been on the road and playing them every night. It's like, oh, wait, we could do this. And I've been producing more music these days and working with lots of different artists. So my ears are attuned a little bit differently now to where they were 15 years ago or whenever, when we stopped playing.
What's great about Pretty Little Town?
The song is kind of a little taste of Americana too, and like rural America. It's like it's a pretty little town, but there's not a lot going on here, and you feel that kind of desolation of America through the eyes of a dog, actually. Yeah. It's like the dog is saying, this is, I kind of want to get out of here.
I felt like that was a very mature effort, while still being fun, while still being who we were. The presentation of it sounds like, we should be on a big stage playing for a lot of people.
It's a pretty little town, but there's not a lot going on here. I wake up in the morning, got a rooster crowing in my ear. Some nights I wonder what it's like from where the rain and thunder comes. First I get a thought, then another thought leads to another thought, then I'm caught, I'm not listening again.
Mango Jam. Been around since 1989. Big stages, small clubs. The group doesn't play as much as it used to, but to members, it's still fun. And the songs are always fresh, and they continue to refine them. Mango Jam is on Facebook. This program is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Phil Nussbaum speaking.
We're celebrating Father's Day on the next Jazz Night in America with music and stories from Catherine Russell, Corey Wong, Bobby McFerrin, and more. I'm Christian McBride.
Tonight at 10.
Be sure you join us Sunday nights at 8 for some really great music on Sinatra and Friends. Frank, Ella, Tony, and a host of other great American songbook singers, along with some of the best bands ever. That's Sunday nights at 8, exclusively here on Jazz 88.
Programming on Jazz 88 is supported by a generous donation from the estate of Jeffrey James Lohaus. For information on how to make Jazz 88 part of your charitable giving, email the Development Department, development@jazz88.fm.
Like they always say, it's good for the goose, it's always good for the gander. Oh, sailor.
me love you till you get it right. Can't you let the others be? 'Cause with you is where I got to be. Yeah. Oh, sugar, where you been? Hanging out with the male friends. Listen, somebody's gonna hurt you the way you love to keep hurting me. And we'll sing, oh, oh, Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. Sing song, oh, oh, Sheila, you know I want to be the only one. Oh, baby, understand that I want to be the only man. But it seems as though it's getting too hard, and I think I'll start to have my own fun. Oh, baby, it's plain to see that you're qualified to fulfill your needs. You think you're pulling over on me? Well, honey, baby, just you wait and see. And we'll sing, oh, oh, Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. This one I say, oh, oh, Sheila, you know I want to be the only one for her. Baby, it's 1, 2, 3. I love you, baby, honestly. I want to dee-da-dee-da-dee. A dee-da-dee-da-dee. Oh, oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Oh, oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Oh, baby, love me right. Let me love you till we get it right. Can't you let the others be? 'Cause with you is where I got to be. Yeah. Oh, baby, understand that I want to be the only man. You think you're pulling over on me? Well, hardly, baby, just you wait and see. And we sing, oh, oh, Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. Oh, oh, Sheila, you know I want to be the only one. Oh, oh, Sheila, let me love you till the morning comes. Oh, oh, Sheila, you know I want to be the only one. Here we go.
Oh, Jazz88, the Jazz Impulse here tonight. And Ready for the World, the name of that group. They were they're from Cleveland or something? Detroit. 1985, kind of one-hit wonder. And if you need any other evidence, the influence of Prince at the time, I think that song's greatly represents that phenomena. Right down to the drum machine, and even Sheila kind of makes you think of Sheila E. I don't know if they were copying him or it just kind of happened at the same time. That is a jam, though. I do love Ready for the World. So there you go. Danny Sigelman with you here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. We've been having a great time. We heard a real nice extended Computer Blue as our special guest here tonight. Andrea Swenson was able to call in, and we've been celebrating the music and life of Prince on the show tonight, and it was great to have her. Her new book, Prince and Purple Rain, 40 Years, is out, and she'll be celebrating Wednesday night at the Electric Fetus. Let's have a look at some road closures and whatnot that you might want to look out for this weekend. Looks like they're kind of kicking in tomorrow night. East Metro, the 36 is reduced to one lane in both directions between Stillwater Boulevard North and the Wisconsin state line starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow till Monday morning. And in Maplewood, Highway 36 is reduced to one lane in both directions between White Bear Avenue North and Century Avenue for construction starting at 9 p.m. tomorrow. That will be going till 5 a.m. Tuesday. Looking at weather, A low in the mid-50s for the overnight. Sunday, sunny Sunday tomorrow. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the lower 50s for Sunday. Currently 71 degrees in the Twin Cities. This is the Jazz Impulse. We're paying tribute to Prince and his music tonight. I thought we'd go into a set coming up here. We're going to move on around all over the place, including a special announcement I have this hour for what's happening on the show next week. I'm very excited. So stick around for the last hour of the Jazz Impulse here, and we're going to get into a set of music that artists that influenced Prince, and that is coming up right after this.
When addiction takes hold, it's easy to feel like no one can help. But you're not in this alone. For 75 years, Hazelden Betty Ford has been at the forefront of addiction and mental health care, evolving treatment, reimagining recovery, and breaking through barriers to help families everywhere find healing. So please reach out at 855-489-2383. Help is here. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation and aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
100 years ago, Americans were purchasing 350,000 pianos every year. Today, sales are only a tenth of that, and there's a glut of unwanted instruments, which are hard to move and often end up at the dump. Keys 44 Kids is a nonprofit that specializes in rehabilitating, repurposing, or responsibly recycling unwanted pianos and other keyboard instruments, making them available for education and creative expression. Learn more at k44k.org. For Jazz 88, I'm Peter Solomon.
88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis St. Paul and Jazz88.FM, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
Hey!
Good vibes only. The Jazz Impulse, 7 to 10 p.m. every Saturday night on Jazz 88.
Jimi Hendrix Experience, Up from the Skies. It really, oh man, I just love that record. Axe as Bold as Love, 1968. Prince would have been 10 years old at the time, but I can tell you, he was probably feeling it, grooving. Just love that record. And Mitch Mitchell just killing it on the brushes there. Man, Feels so good to be able to play that for you here tonight on the Jazz Impulse. And we're kind of going through some of Prince's influences. Definitely Jimi Hendrix. Miles Davis in there did Sorcerer. That's from his Sorcerer record. Well-known fan of Prince and vice versa. There's some cool video of them doing an on-stage collaboration. I don't believe they ever got to record together, but I know Miles is a huge influence on Prince, and much in the way Prince would kind of go through different phases musically, genre-wise and whatnot. Certainly Miles laid the path for that tendency musically. Sly and the Family Stone started to set off Skin I'm In here on Jazz 88, the Jazz Impulse. Danny Sigelman, your host tonight. We've been celebrating the music of Prince, but we're going to take some turns here and bop around a little bit. I also have a big announcement about next week's show, so you want to stay tuned for that. It's coming up very soon. Got a really cool presentation in the works for next week here on the Jazz Impulse, the soundtrack to your Saturday, every Saturday 7 to 10 here on Jazz 88. Another big influence and even collaborator with Prince was Chaka Khan. Her group Rufus did a song, Sweet Thing. There's a cool version that Prince performed of this, definitely in his catalog. It's here on Jazz 88, the Jazz Impulse.
Don't you
sun to rise. Waiting for the moment, yeah, when I'm walking through the park with you. Waiting for the moment when I'm holding hands with you. Wake up and I'll reach for you. Each time it's like something new. Every time I'm with you, yeah, with my arms around you, I begin to hold tight. Every time I hold you, makes me feel Every time I'm with you, put my arms around you, I begin to hold you tight. Every time I hold you, makes me feel alright. Now and then I close my eyes, waiting for the sun to rise. Waiting for the moment, yeah, when I'm walking through the park with you. Waiting for the moment when I'm holding hands with you.
My goodness. You mean to tell me you don't have no jobs today? Well, you told me last week to come back this week. Well, I know we all look like it. But tell me, what can I do, you know? I got family, I got my family to feed. I need to find me a job. Come back next week. All right. But let me say this to the people that's listening to this song. Now that the times are hard, you know you got to be strong. If you're weak, then there's a chance of you not surviving. Only the strong will survive. I just want to express myself and let everybody know how I think. Got to. Things are going sky high. I'm gonna go walk on down a couple blocks and stop at this other place that I know that needs some help. Maybe I can find a job there. Oh, closed for today. My. Guess I'll go on home. Put on them pot of beans. And go by my mother's house and have her cook me some of that good old home cornbread. And try tomorrow. Jobs get hard to find.
Yeah, it's the Jazz Impulse tonight. Chocolate Snow. They were to be Wichita's answer to Earth, Wind, and Fire, and recorded one single, Chocolate Snow. That was the A-side, Inflation. They also did a Beatles cover on that record, but I thought that one was pretty hot. Digging it. Haze, and there's some original Minneapolis sound, Waiting for the Moment. Started the set off with Rufus and Sweet Thing here on Jazz 88. Danny Sigelman, your host here tonight, been having a blast. We've been celebrating the music of Prince and much of his influences and whatnot, and it's been a really fun night, and I think really great to go all out, all purple for the most of the show here tonight. And great to have Andrea Swenson pop in with a little guest appearance. And we are getting toward just a little bit left here at the Jazz Impulse, and we'll be gearing up for Jazz Night in America at 10 o'clock as soon as I'm able to say what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. All right, back into some music right after this.
The Jazz 88 Business Circle is open to businesses and organizations of all types and sizes, and it's a great way to market your business to an informed Jazz 88 audience. Thanks to the members such as Keen Sense of Rhythm Tap Dance School, Minnehaha Music, Connie Evingson, St. Paul Guitar Repair, and the Chamber Music Society of Minnesota. Find out more about the Jazz 88 Business Circle and learn how to join at jazz88.fm.
The Jazz Impulse with weekly host Danny Sigelman traverses the sonic landscape that is the soundtrack to your Saturday night
Why they can put the competition to bed without supper.
on Jazz88.
Small Jean Genie snuck off to the city, strung out on lasers and slashback blazers, and ate all your razors while pulling the waiters, talking about Monroe and walking on Snow White. New York's a go-go and everything tastes nice. Poor little greenie. Ooh. Get back on it. Jean Genie lives on his back. The Jean Genie loves chimney stacks. His outrageous, he screams and he bones. The Jean Genie, let yourself go. Sits like a man, but he smiles like a reptile. She love him, but just for a short while. She'll scratch in the sand, won't let go of his hand. He says he's a beautician, sells you nutrition, keeps all your dead hair for making up underwear. Poor little greenie. Ooh. The Jean Genie lives on his back. The Jean Genie loves chimney stacks. He's outrageous, he screams and he moans. The Jean Genie, let yourself go. So simple-minded, he can't drive his model. He bites on the neon and sleeps in a capsule. Loves to belong. Loves to belong. The Jean Genie lives on his back. The Jean Genie loves chimney stacks. He's outrageous, he screams and he bowls. The Jean Genie, let yourself go. 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 The Jean Genie lives on his back. The Jean Genie loves chimney stacks. The Jean Genie, he screams and he bowls. The Jean Genie, let yourself go.
So low, the curb looks like a skyscraper. So high, the stars are under me. So quiet, I can hear the blood rushing through my veins.
feel like I'm gone insane. The angels they watch in wonder when you made love to me. Through the rain and the thunder, you cried next to see. You were so kind, that sorry for all creation me. 'Cause at the time, no one was lucky. No one was lucky. No one was lucky. Yes, me. And now you're gone, and I just wanna be still. So silent, I just let my senses sleep. It's gonna be so hard to hear my voice if I ever learn once more to speak. I'm so lost, no one can find me. I've been looking for so long, but now I'm done. I'm so low, so low. My name is no one.
All right. It's a Jazz Impulse tonight. Wrapping things up there with the little Prince tribute we did tonight, celebrating he would have been 66 this year, and his birthday was yesterday, and the song was Solo. It comes from his record called Come. It came out in 1994. Kind of considered a little bit of a throwaway record from Prince. I think it's really cool. There's some interesting moments, especially on that one, considering it's mostly all vocals. He kind of hear him channeling avant-garde kind of style, harmonizing and all sorts of stuff on there. So Prince did it all. Before that, David Bowie in there. Genie, that's from his Aladdin Sane record, 1972. Started the set off with Joe Baton and Chevrolet on Jazz 88. Danny Sigelman with you. We're here every Saturday, 7 to 10, the soundtrack to your Saturday night. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we have Jazz Night in America with Christian McBride. You want to stick around for that. But I wanted to unveil our special guest next week here on the Jazz Impulse. Very excited to be bringing a live broadcast. And the group, the Delvon Lamar Organ Trio, are performing at the Dakota next Saturday night. I believe there's tickets still available. They'll be doing 2 sets. We got to do this a few weeks ago. With another performer, Nate Smith. We're going to be bringing you the Delvon Lamar Organ Trio live from the Dakota here on the Jazz Impulse next week. So it's going to be extra tasty, extra live. It is the here and now every Saturday, 7 to 10. And if you're not hip to this band, they're organ trio, Delvon Lamar, the organist, really incredible performer. They're out of Seattle, and we're going to hear a song from them. See if you recognize this tune. It's here on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88.
the blue skies go. Poison is the wind that blows from the north and south and east. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Oil wasted on the oceans and upon our seas. Fish full of mercury. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. No, no. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live nearby are alive. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be. What about this overcrowded land? How much more we use from man? Can't you stand?
Traffic reports with context and substance. Traffic reports that actually help you drive safer and more efficiently. That's what Jazz 88 gives you. Join me, Bob Urich, and our team of experienced broadcasters as we report traffic on the 10s during rush hour. We're live, embedded at MnDOT's Freeway Nerve Center, in the same room as the State Patrol dispatchers. And because we're there, we can share more detailed information before the other stations and cell phone apps. For fast and accurate information in drive times, it's Jazz 88 Traffic.
I'm in a cold sweat.
funky, 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 Broadway.
It's Jazz, the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88 tonight. Delroy Wilson, 1969 out of Jamaica. He seemed to pack in every soul tune from that time into one song, Funky Broadway. Groovin' here. Marvin Gaye in there did Mercy, Mercy Me, and started the set off with the Delvin Lamar Trio. They're out of Seattle. We play them quite a bit here on Jazz 88. They will be back in town. I've seen them a few times. It's always a great show. They're playing next Saturday night at the Dakota, and we will be bringing you that set live here on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88. I'm very excited about that. I'm a big fan of these guys. I know there's been some personnel changes, so we'll see what they sound like these days live on the air next Saturday here on the Jazz Impulse on Jazz 88. That is a promise, my friends. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week, and I hope the rest of your weekend is just fantastic. It is beautiful out there, and I hope your night is going just great. All right, I am going to leave you with one more from Prince. I had a great time celebrating Prince tonight, his music, and all the tracks, and having Andrea Swenson come in and all the eras of Prince. Always worth celebrating. Leaving you with one more here on the Jazz Impulse. Have a great night.
Wake up. You're beautiful, loved, and blessed. You feel me? When you found me, I was just a piece of clay. I was formless. You gave me a new name with the breath of life. I now live abundantly. All I needed was the potter's hand and the blood on Calvary. But too much power can sometimes turn to shame. Too much desire sometimes make you feel the same. But forgive me, yes, it's how you win the game. I beg the truth, now I know the truth, and that is when you came and said I was beautiful, loved and blessed. I'm better than the day before, 'cause you made me confess that I am beautiful, loved and blessed. When you're free, you're really free indeed. All you gotta do is just plant the seed.
A constant battle to stay ahead of the game. Is anybody famous when everybody wants fame? Always trying to break you down, thinking that it'll raise them up. I just wanna be happy. Come take this bitter cup from me. If I were to ever write down my life story, I could truly say without fame and glory, I was just a piece of clay in need of the potter's hand. 'Cause when you whispered in my ear the words I sung, now understand. Oh,
Beautiful, loved and blessed. I'm better than the day before, 'cause you made me confess that I am beautiful, loved and blessed. When you're free, you're really free indeed. All you gotta do is just plant the seed. Everything you made, you said that's good. Before the fall of man, you said that's good. Every time I walk in faith, that's good. You let me see another day. Before the earth was made, you said I will lead the way and you'll go far. Knowledge and understanding, understanding is good. And when I wake up in the morning, all I hear in my hood is people saying that they're beautiful, blessed.
will you rescue me from the darkness? And now I just must confess,
beautiful, loved and blessed.
when you're free indeed. All you gotta do is just plant the seed.
Hey, 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 wake up, it's a new day. Hey, 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 wave your hands in the air and say, hey, 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 wake up, it's a new day. Hey, 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 wave your hands in the air and say,
let you down. Still, I must confess that I am beautiful. When you wanna give up, don't, 'cause you know you've always got a friend.
Spot on, nice fish. Nice walleye. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Minnesota gold right there.
This is the first restaurant in the world that strictly is decolonized menu. All right, let's try this too.
Oh man, that's good. So earthy and mushroomy.
Where's the seals?
It looks like the ocean.
It's not that cold. It is that wet, though.
What will your Minnesota travel story be? Discover what makes Minnesota the star of the North at exploreminnesota.com.
Sponsored by Explore Minnesota Tourism, aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
I love Jazz88 and I want to see it continue to grow and flourish. My name is Andrew, I live in St. Paul, and I donated my 2004 Toyota Prius. Instead of go through the hassle of trying to find someone to buy it, I would just donate it to Jazz88.
Donate your vehicle today. Jazz88.fm/support.
Jazz88 road closure report. In the North Metro, Minnesota Highway 65 is reduced to one lane in both directions between 81st Avenue Northeast and Bunker Lake Boulevard Northeast, with a 12-foot width limit through this zone.